help just in case. Hello, everybody, and Merry Christmas. It's so lovely to see you, and thank you for coming and giving your time today. Hopefully, we're going to get some messages of love and hope through for you. Forgive my eye. I've got this crazy hemorrhage in my left eye. It's absolutely harmless. It's absolutely, but it looks terrible. It looks really bloodshot, but it's not painful at all. So just ignore it. That's what I'm going to say. And if I'm winking, it's just because I'm trying to look good on camera without you see my red eye. But no, just a few things before we start. So there is a new page, Cat B Connections page, making connections possible. If you want to join, you're more than welcome. I'm going to try to start the year as we go into 2025, trying to bring, when I've got spare time on my hands, I'm going to try and go on the page and just bring through connections. I am going to do lots of exciting things with you. I don't want to give the whole game away about what I'm intending to do until we start playing next year, because I want you to have things to look forward to. But if you have introduced yourself and to the community on there, I will try to, when I've got spare time or coffee, when I'm having coffee in the morning, I'll try to put some messages of love from your loved ones on there attached to your photographs and stuff, so that you can sort of see. And if there are people that are in my development circles and they're feeling confident, as long as they're happy messages of love and hope, and they're and they're bringing through sort of information, then I really want to sort of encourage you to have, connect with one another and bring information through for each other as well. And that way we get this lovely pot of love coming in from everybody, which would be really, really beautiful to enjoy. Now, I always like to warm up with somebody that I know, and I promised Janice quite some time ago, who's got 3 sons in spirit, and if I can find her for a moment. I'm just going to warm up, because I like to warm up with somebody that I know, and then we can just throw it away, if that's okay. So, Janice, welcome. I do know you. I have met your 3 boys briefly. Again, I don't remember anything about them, but I heard one of them say the name Daniel, and the feeling that I get is I don't know if he's the middle one, but I feel like he's the compassionate one or the kind-hearted one. He's giving the feeling of the sensitive one. Does that make sense, Janice?
Yes.
And he's giving this feeling I can feel like somebody pushing him forward, and it's making me laugh, as if he's like the shyer one of the 3, or kind of. It's not that he's not confident. I can feel them going like this, as if to push him forward. And he's kind of laughing, as if in life he wouldn't be the normal one to step forward first, but he's sort of giving this awareness that he's been nominated today. That's what I'm aware of. And the first thing he's doing, and I think it's symbolic, but if it's not, just chip in, Janice, but he's put a ladder in front of me and he started going up the ladder, climbing up the ladder. Now, normally I'd be like, oh, a bit scared because there's nobody holding this ladder. Going up this ladder, and he's making me feel like he's absolutely fine climbing this ladder. He's actually giving me the feeling of, it feels very safe, it feels very secure. So I think he's trying to give you a message, like the climb might seem a little bit, like apprehensive or nerve-wracking, but this ladder that he's showing me, Janice, nobody's holding onto the safety net at the bottom. As somebody would normally stabilize the ladder, nobody's holding this ladder at the bottom. It's just an empty ladder with the feeling of going up this ladder. And he's making me feel as if, I know things are a struggle, Mum. I know everything feels like it's a climb. And although there's no safety net underneath you, he's wanting to say everything's fine. And he's making me aware that you're dealing with things really well. So he's giving this feeling of, look, you're really brave. You're really, it's almost like, and he's also giving the feeling like Christmas this year might be kind of quieter or kind of calmer. It's feeling of wanting just to do something intimate. I don't know if it's just the 2 of you, but he's giving this feeling of just doing something very low key or very calm. And it's a feeling of like, look, we'll be with you in spirit. That's what I'm aware. But I almost feel, Janice, I don't even want to make. He's either trying to say that you're going to somebody else's house, or you're just doing something intimate on your own, because he's not even making the Christmas table up. Like you put the tablecloth on and you put all he's not doing that. It feels as if he just wants to do a dinner on a tray by the TV, or like the table's there, but it just feels very low key, Janice. So do you understand why he's doing that, my darling? Does that make sense to you?
It will be very low key. It's just going to be like 4 of us. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, because it's just making me feel very, very easy and very low key. But there's something beautiful to the simplicity, Janice. It just feels like everybody that's supposed to be there, both sides of the veil are there. Everybody that's important is going to be there, and it's happiness. Now, this doesn't feel like it fits with Christmas Day. I think this might be another scenario, but if it is Christmas Day, you just lead me the right way, Janice. But he's now bringing a little girl into my head. I don't know if she's a grandchild or whether she's a niece or something, but there's a young girl that he's bringing into my awareness. Do you know who he's talking about?
Yeah, that would be his daughter. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
okay.
young.
Okay, because he's just like mwah, 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 to this young girl, and it's making me feel like make her feel special, mum. Make her feel special. So I feel like he has come for you, Janice. He has come to say I love you, mum, and that I'm here. But he's also come through for this young lady, and he's giving this feeling. Now, when I say, would you want to give her a present or say anything? He gives me a book, and he passes it. And he's saying something about it's a book of bedtime stories or a book of stories. She feels older than like a toddler. I feel like I want to go to, is she about 6 or 7 or 8? Somewhere around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
because
seven.
yeah, it feels like he's giving me what feels like a 6, 7, or 8 year old book. And it doesn't feel like one of the like, fairy tale stories of old, or it feels like I actually want to get into reading, or I really want to kind of stretch my vocab or kind of, but he just gives her this book and it's really simple and he passes it to me. Let me see if I can get the detail of what it is, but it feels like it's a storybook that's got several different stories in it. He is making me feel like he is saying to me, she will get into Harry Potter soon, Kat, but it's not Harry Pottery saying. It's like he's smiling and he's making me feel like he's saying something about the wand and Hermione Granger, and he's laughing about this wand and he's going like this at me. So he's making me feel she's seen the movies or she might see the movies, but he's showing me that the books are something separate. Right, okay. It is one book. It's not several books in a row like the Harry Potter books. It is just one row, but it does feel like it's got chapters on different stories. It doesn't feel like it's chapters that run, like A, B, C, D, E. It feels like every story is a little separate story and he puts them in the book. But one thing he's saying he'd like you to do for him, Janice, in 2025 is to compile some stories about him for her or memories with photos. Something that you
Okay.
something that you can share to tell her more about her dad and who he was in your eyes. And he's smiling as if it'll be a nice thing for you to do, but it'll be a great thing for him, for her to have. So he's kind of there's two elements to that kind of book, Janice. It feels like he wants little stories about himself being told or memories with photos. And he's making me feel they don't have to be professional, Janice. He's just saying, I don't want her to kind of stress herself out or feel that she's got to do one of these websites or ebooks. It feels like it's just a stick down the picture and then write down the what you remember about that picture kind of thing. And then it's getting her sat next to you on your knee and talking her through it. And he's like, that'd really sort of give me joy. That's what he makes me feel. He's making me feel that she's growing up very fast and he's talking about how beautiful that she is. He's making me aware that he's saying she's very clever at school as well. He's making me aware that she's slightly ahead of herself in terms of development, Janice, because he's giving this
I
feeling
think
as if,
so. Yeah.
yeah,
It all makes sense.
yeah, he's giving this feeling as if she's like learning faster or maybe a year in advance of what she should be in the average. Does that make sense? Because he's giving this feeling as if she's literally eating up knowledge and kind of on to the next thing. And he's like over the moon about this. He's also giving me the feeling there's something still quite childlike there because when I say how's she dealing with the fact that you're not here, Daniel, he's giving me this feeling that actually she's doing okay, Kat, but he does give me what looks like a white plush toy and he holds it. And he's giving me this feeling of, although she's like 7, he's making feel like she still gets comfort from these toys. He's piling them on the bed actually, as if there's a few of them, but there's this white one that he's pulling like this. It doesn't feel like a rabbit or a teddy bear. It feels like some kind of fox or kind of, I don't know, like white lion or something, but he's like literally holding it like this. And he's going like this at me. And he's just making me feel like he sees them. And he's making me feel like actually she's doing fine. And she's just getting on with things. He's tickling the top of my head now, Janice. Do you ever get tingling on the top
Oh
of
yeah, all the time.
Yeah, he's tinkling and he's like, just
Hmm.
tell mum that the sign for Christmas is this
Yeah.
tinkling on side.
Hmm.
He's now showing me Holly, and I don't know if we're changing over and he's actually giving me Holly as a name or whether he's actually wanting to talk about Holly, but I'm seeing like Holly now, like coming up, Janice. Anything you
Oh,
want to
thank you,
add?
Kat.
Your other boys are there. I can feel them, and he's giving me the feeling that this might be one where if you listen to other people's messages, I think they're going to piggyback on the other people's messages, but they're conscious they don't want to take my time because they know that I've got to get through a few people. Does that sound all right, Janice, my
Oh,
lovely?
thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
so welcome. Thank you for helping warm me up. Now then, I feel drawn to the right-hand side of the screen. Oh, look, they're putting my hand under my arm. Who's had a problem under the right arm or the right breast? That's weird. Like, oh, somebody's put their hand under my arm. I'm going to the right-hand side of my screen, and I know that you can't see my screen, but I feel like I'm drawn to the right-hand side of my screen. I'm just trying to see where I don't know if it's Kay actually. Kay, I think your Christian might be here. It might be a very quick one, my darling. Hello, my lovely. Could you just unmute yourself a second?
Okay, I just did.
You sweetheart. Hello, Merry Christmas. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Merry
Do you know
Christmas.
do you know why Christian's putting my hand under my arm? Have you had any like bruising or any issues with your lymph nodes or under your arm, Kay?
No,
It doesn't make sense. Okay, just bear with
it
me.
doesn't make sense to me, but if he's
That's
here, I'd love to hear from him.
Yeah, just a minute. If there's anybody else in the audience, Janie's watching out for me. If anyone's had any problems with the right breast, the right, it feels like they want to talk about the lymph glands, like somebody's had lymph glands removed or some kind of issue with lymph glands. I almost feel like I want to massage it. If somebody's had trouble, Janie's saying she's actually had trouble, that which is quite interesting. I'm going to read for Kay, but I might come to you next then, Janie, because I'm just getting this thing about the underarm thing. Right, Christian's giving me this feeling. So the first thing he's giving me is he's giving me skinny jeans. Kay. And these feel like grey skinny jeans, is the first thing he's showing me. They're not ripped at the knees, but they look a little bit like he's laughing as a like disheveled, like little, they're a little bit kind of well worn, that's what I'm gonna say. They're kind of faded. And he's giggling about these, like he's just giving this feeling of these jeans are precious, these jeans are precious. So I don't know if he's trying to say you've got an old grey pair or black jeans that are faded to grey pair of jeans of his, but he's making me aware, well, he's just literally lifting them up like this, Kay, and he's like, if the size fits, wear them. That's what he's kind of saying to me. But the feeling with the jeans feel like just nostalgic, and he's laughing as if he might always wear the same pair of jeans, Kay, or just kind of he's laughing as if he didn't want to wash them. It's almost like I've got other jeans, Kay, in my wardrobe and other stuff that I want to wear, but he's laughing as if he's a creature of habit, Kay, and he just wears the same things, or he's got like three or four items that he just likes to rotate. And he's almost giving me the feeling as if I don't need a great deal to be happy. Does that make sense, Kay?
Yes, your last statement makes a lot of sense.
Okay, and I feel like that's the message for you is you don't need a lot to be okay. You don't need a lot to be happy. That's what I'm aware of. And he's just let me see what he does next. He's shown me a drum kit. That's the next thing that he's shown me. He's shown me a drum kit. And he's going this on this drum kit. The drum kit's got some kind of name on the front of it, but I can't see it. I'm just asking him to like show me the name on this drum kit, but I can see that it's got writing on the front of the drum kit, but I can't actually make out what the words actually say, Kay. He's showing me this drum kit. And it's symbolic again, but I know he loves music and I know he's into Daft Punk, but he's like literally, he's playing these drums and he says to me, everything's got a rhythm, Cat. Everything, everything's got a rhythm to it. It's all you have to do is find the rhythm and you'll find your beat. So he's almost like wanting to say to you, that white screen's come on again. That's weird. Weird. I didn't touch anything. I didn't touch anything, I promise. Okay, like a white screen just flashed in front of me. I have no idea why a whiteboard came up, but it did. Anyway, but he's giving this feeling of like the message is something to do with you've got to get your rhythm back or the rhythm back to you. Like it's almost like when you've got the rhythm back or the rhythm right, everything else will fit into place. The rhythm also feels connected to the heart center. Uh, Kay, but he isn't giving me the feeling that you've got any heart disease or anything like that. But have you had anything where you've had a bit of an erratic heartbeat or you found your heart?
Yes, I have a cardiologist. Yes.
Ah, okay, because he's talking about everything's going to be fine, Mum. It's like you've just got to get your rhythm back. And he's showing me the heart center, Kay, and it's almost as if he knows that your heart rate is either speeding up or slowing down. It's not, he's saying something about the beat, the rhythm's not right. You know, almost like when you get I don't know the professional name for it. I do, but it's just gone out of my head. Um, oh gosh, an arrhythmia. Is that what you call it? An arrhythmia. He's just making reference to this heart rate just being erratic or something. And he's wanting to sort of say to you, it's almost what his message of love for you and hope is. Look, I hope your health improves in 2025, Mum. I feel like you're going to get to the bottom of a lot of issues or problems, but you are going to sort them out and you are going to manage them well. And so he's giving he's showing me research. He's going onto the internet, Kay, and he's giving me the feeling of like researching what the doctors are saying and telling you. And he's reassuring you, you are going to be okay, Mum. You are going to be okay. But it's almost as if what he's saying is it's something beautiful actually about you're going to learn a lot more about yourself in 2025. And it's almost like don't stress about the situation. It'll all work out in time, but you'll come out of this situation kind of broader in knowledge or a bit more awareness about yourself. It's designed for you to put your focus back on your own health. That's what he's saying. He is giving me some medication or tablets, Kay, as if to be aware that you've been given something to take. I think it might be for blood pressure or lowering blood pressure. Does that also resonate?
Yes, I have medicine for that.
Yeah, and he's making me aware that he's saying Mum's very good with that. It's almost like he's proud of you because you don't miss a tablet. You follow the doctor's orders and you stick to what you're told. And he's like really pleased about that. So he's like, I don't really worry about my mum in that sense, Kat, because I know that she will do what she's asked to do. And she's very vigilant and she just keeps the pace. So it's almost like he's wanting to sort of say to you, he's really looking out for your health and he's watching over you, my darling. Now, the next thing doesn't feel connected with you. I don't know if it's changing over again, and this is something for the next person that's coming up. But if it is for you, Kay, just tell me that because it's got a different feeling to it. But suddenly I'm seeing, the light up. When you get the Christmas lights and people decorate these gardens with light or their roofs with like deer. I'm seeing like a lit up reindeer. That's the next thing that he shows me. It's almost like he's showing me the Christmas lights. I have a feeling that that piece of information is for someone else, Kay, and it's the start of the next part of the reading for somebody else. But when I say, why are you showing me Christmas lights in connection with your mum? It's almost as if he wants to get you more into the Christmas spirit, as if life has been busy with other things. I haven't had much time to enjoy the Christmas lights or the Christmas spirit or something yet. It's not that you've put Christmas on hold, he's telling me. It's just more that it's almost like I feel like I'm being busy or focused on other things. Does that resonate, Kay?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, because he's just like, she hasn't quite got into the Christmas spirit yet. And he knows I've been out today enjoying Christmas with friends, starting the Christmas festivities. And he's like, that's what I want for my mum as well. I want her out there seeing the Christmas lights, getting the feel for Christmas and the holiday period and just enjoying it, my darling. So I don't feel worried, Kay. I feel that your health's going to be okay, my darling. And that feels like the message that he's wanting to bring through is like you will get monitored, there will be doctor's appointments, but you'll get to the bottom of what's causing the situation. And he's making me feel they are going to sort it out for you. So, regardless of what is ahead in 2025, he's wanting to say you will be okay, and I am looking after you, and I am watching over you. And he's laughing, Kay, that that's the last thing he did when he was here in life. Does that make sense? He's laughing as if he drove you absolutely crazy, and he was a bit of a wild child, and you couldn't keep You couldn't, he's making me laugh. Like, there is, he's just saying, I'm a law unto myself, Cat. Literally do what I want when I want. And Mum could never kind of she could never keep hold of me. He's giving this feeling as if he was running at life at such a pace, Kay. It's like he's always one step ahead of you. And he's making me feel like nothing's changed, but for the first time ever, it's almost like he wants to say to you, I'm less selfish now, Mum. I am looking after you, but it's just in a different way to the way that I envisaged that I would. And he's sort of smiling. So I sort of leave his love with you, my darling, so that I can get round everybody. But it's just like you're going to be okay. And he's just mwah, mwah, mwah. But I can feel he's a real little rogue trader. He's making me laugh because he's mischievous, and I feel that your signs over Christmas might be mischievous things like lights switching off. And if you walk past some Christmas lights and they just fuse and turn off, not your own in your own house, like somebody else's, he's laughing as if it'll be me, Mum, just like letting you know that I'm there. But there's a sense of fun and there's a sense of mischief, and he's giving this awareness that he's having a great time. So I just don't, he said, don't worry about me, Mum. Don't worry about me, Mum. And were you also going to spend Christmas on your own, Kay? Because he's referencing that you were thinking about it.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, he's just saying she's going to spend Christmas on her own, but she's going to be fine. She's going to get up whenever she wants at her time. He's making me feel that you're an early riser, even if nobody else is around. He's switching the TV on, he's putting music on, and he's making me feel like she'll do things at her own pace and her own time. And she's going to be fine, Kat. And I just want her to know that she won't be alone. I'll be with her. So just know that he'll be there, my darling. All right. I'll leave his love with you, Kate. It's lovely to see you today. I haven't seen you for ages.
Totally amazing. Oh, totally amazing. Love you, Christian. Love you, Kat.
Oh, I love you too, Kate. Love you too. It's so lovely to see you. It's so nice when I haven't seen people for a while and then they come back on and you're like, oh, it's so lovely to see you. Let's see. Oh, now Lisa Drysdale made this. You made a mistake of smiling there. You smiling. Yours is a quick one as well because your son's been in before, hasn't he? I recognise you.
Yeah.
Now he's making me feel he's got me on like puppet strings, Lisa. He's just like this. I know which string to pull, Cat, in order to get here. He's saying he's clapping like this. It's a very quick one, he says, because I know that I spoke to you before. But he's clapping like this, Lisa, and he's laughing as if it's almost like he's going yay, as if there's something to celebrate or something really positive. And he's giving this feeling of like shake yourself up, like there's a lot to celebrate and there's a lot to be happy about. That's what he's saying. And his hope for you going into 2025, he's saying, is to celebrate me, but to celebrate your life more. There's something of an accolade that you're going to get. So there's going to be something in 2025 where you achieve something, you get a certificate for something, you pass something, and he's really, really excited about it, Lisa. It's almost like he wants to say, really, really proud of you, my lovely. And so I feel like he's just come to say a very quick Merry Christmas and kind of well done. But he's excited about this certificate and this he's going like this as if it's going to be great. So I feel that he's just wanting to say that whatever that is, you've made the right move or you've enrolled on the right thing, and he's happy about it. Is that all right, Lisa? I'm going to love you, Lisa, because I know that I saw you last. I have a feeling I saw you last. Is that right? Did I see you last time?
No, no. It was recent though, but no, I didn't not on one of these calls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's making me aware. He's like, I've only popped in, Kat, just to sort of say Merry
I found
Christmas.
that little reindeer. You mentioned the little reindeer, and so there's this reindeer that we had growing. It's a little blow up. It's probably one of the very first ones I got maybe 10 years ago. And when I moved it here, but I hadn't been able to find it, and he was here with me for like 2 Christmases. And this year I was going through stuff and I found the little reindeer.
And that's why they were showing me the reindeer lights.
Yeah, so that's why. And then you called my name, so that's why I was like, oh, it must be to do with that little reindeer, because I came across that little reindeer.
Oh, how beautiful is that? So you see that he's with you. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Quickly, Lisa, I will definitely see you after Christmas.
Yes, absolutely.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Love you too, Kat. Good to see you.
I love you. I love you. I love you. That's what I'm hearing. Um, now I'm really drawn. Right, hang on a minute. I said I'd go back to Janie. I'm jumping out all over the thing. Are you sure? You sure? I'll come to you at the end. If it's, I'll read at the end.
I was wrong. I was wrong. It's my left breast, not my right.
Oh, okay.
On my
Anybody
right
got,
from left.
has anybody come out with anything that's
There
under?
was that I was going to tell you that there were two people that came out with the right. One had pneumonia on the right side. That would be Francesca. And Jade had a boil under her right arm 2 weeks ago, but it's better now.
Oh, now I think it's the second one, because when you said
Jade?
the second one, where's Jade? Let me hang on a minute. When you said Jade, straight away, aha. Now this, I know why it's this young lady, because I have to move her appointment and I haven't moved it yet for her. I've never met her before. I think that's right. And where is she? Jade, my darling, I'm going to try and pin you on the screen. Hello, my lovely. Hi, how funny is that? We were having a conversation, weren't we, on mail that I put the wrong date in the. I had kept you in December and needed to move you to January. I promise you I will do it first thing in the morning. But how funny is that? We've never met before, and I don't think we have we? We never met directly. And have you got a son in spirit, Jade? Is it?
No, I
Yeah.
have two dads.
Two dads in spirit. Let me see which one. But I'm hearing be brave, be brave, be brave. So you understand this thing under the right arm would have been he's making me feel like it would have been just more annoying than anything else, but it would have been uncomfortable for about 2 to 3 days. He's giving this
Yeah, it was.
and I feel annoyed about it at the beginning because I feel as if it was under the surface and I couldn't burst it. It was like one of those things where it came up and it was red, but it never came to a head, he's saying to me. In fact, I don't know if it ever came to a head because he's laughing
No,
as
it didn't.
he just said it never came to a head, Cat. It just blew up. And then it kind of suddenly, weirdly, he said it's going to be like your eye, this freaking strange red eye that I've got.
Yeah,
And
I've
I was,
never had that before.
yeah, and he's laughing. He said, it's like your red eye, Cat. You've never had this before. And she's never had this before. And it just came up, but it was so uncomfortable. It's a weird thing. I'm so embarrassed to talk about it on your group. Really. But it's like, but it's these unusual things, Jade, that
I'm
help
grateful.
identify the right person, you see. And he knew that I hadn't changed your appointment, and he was like, give you a heads up to introduce you both and let you know that it's all going to be fine and that I'm not a crazy person, that I am kind. I will do what I say I do. But he's like laughing. Now, I feel that this might be I could be wrong, but I think I've got your biological dad. I feel like I want to. This man is making me laugh and he's making me feel like he's really funny. He's making me feel like he's showing me that he's got his feet on the ground, but he has got a great sense of humor. That's what he's telling me.
He's very funny.
And he's making me feel like the drama over this oil was making him laugh. Because he's like, he's sort of saying there's two sides to this story, Kat, because at times she didn't want to say anything to anybody because she felt a bit embarrassed. But then the people that she did share it with, he's laughing like crazy because you were totally paranoid about it or totally like, what am I going to do about this? And he's like laughing. Do you also have a sister living, Jade?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got 3.
You've got 3. He's wanting to reference the sister or sisters as well.
Oh.
Like, sisters are doing it for themselves.
Yes.
And he's like, everybody's well, everybody's happy. Will you send my love to everybody? I've come through for you today, but I'd like to send my love to everybody because I'm here, I'm laughing at them, I'm smiling. Who's got young children out of those?
We all do, but I'd say my twin has the youngest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the youngest a girl?
My youngest sister is a girl, and then my twin has 2 girls.
Okay, he's showing me girls. He's going girls, girls, girls.
It must be the twins, I think.
Okay, just a minute. He's going girls, girls, girls. Just a minute. Let me get some more detail about these girls, girls, girls. He's just like smiling. I feel like again he's just seen all the grandkids, but he's making me feel like there's something special about these 2 twins, isn't it? He's giving this feeling as if they're dead cute or they're dead funny, Cat.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying are they identical, not unidentical? Because he's making
pretty
look alike.
Yeah.
He said the look-alike, Cat, but they've got very different personalities. You can tell them by their personalities and their sass and their style. And he's laughing at the one that's got a little bit of he's going like this, like attitude.
Definitely.
She's a little bit kind of streetwise, Cat, and he's like She thinks she's a bit of a dude. She doing some kind of street dance moves or kind of dance moves as well. He's
She
laughing.
loves dancing and
He's
stuff,
like, he's street dancing. She can't get her to sit still, Cat. She's always wriggling. Always got something to tell you, always got something to do. But like, he's making me feel like the other one just can kind of sit still, be more artistic. This one's like,
She's more artistic, yeah.
just like finds it really funny, and he's like, I really love a cat. I love all my grandkids, but that one just sometimes
Can I-
she just cracks him up. She just cracks him up.
Can I tell you that she's named after him? My sister calls her Edie,
Oh,
and his name is Eddie.
oh, do you know what? That'll be the reason that he's pointing her out as well,
Yeah.
Jade. It's the reason that he's pointing her out, isn't it? He's trying to
Yeah.
say she's
It's
my
so amazing.
namesake. She's just like me. And he's laughing because he was quite funny, but he finds her hilarious. And he's laughing. He's going like this. He's like, I don't even know if I dare say some of the bits that he's telling
Say
me.
it. It's
But
fine.
there's something where your sister must have told her to be quiet. He's saying a different word to me, but I'm going to be diplomatic and change it to be
Okay.
quiet. I feel like it's the shut up.
Yeah.
But it's like he's making me feel like she was told to be quiet or sit. He's laughing at that thing when we say to our kids, "Be quiet, sit still," and then when they get older, it's like just like it's all the opposite, and he's like giggling about that, but he's just giving the feeling of she's full of life and she's full of vibrancy, and it's almost as if it's lifted everybody's spirits. It's not just your sister. It's like when anybody comes to visit, he's saying she's got that effervescent energy, Cat, that is irresistible in a way. She just attracts attention without really needing attention. She doesn't do it for ego's sake, and she doesn't do it because she wants attention. She just enjoys the energy around her. She's a blessing in some way, a very healing child. There's something about the car though. I feel like she doesn't like to put a seatbelt on in the car, or she doesn't sit still in the car. There's something about the seatbelt, or complaining about the seatbelt being too tight, or your sister will know what this is, but he's put her in the back seat of a car, and there's a feeling of like, I don't want the seatbelt on, all right, just don't put that seatbelt around me, or that seatbelt's too tight, or the seatbelt's got an issue. And and I feel like now I don't know, because I sometimes get this wrong because of the different side of the road so I'm trying to understand whether it's behind the passenger seat. I think it's behind the passenger seat. I feel like I want to sit on the back right-hand side of the car as opposed to the left-hand side. And I feel like it's something wrong with the seatbelt on that side, and he's wanting her to check the seatbelt, because I don't think it's actually her. I do actually think it's a mechanical issue on the car or something. And he's like, I feel like she's constantly frustrated with this seatbelt, and he's
Dad's car. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
My sister doesn't have a car, so it must be her dad's car.
Oh, okay. Then
Yes.
to understand, it's something about the seatbelt at the back of this car, Jade. And I feel like one of the children are complaining about it. I think it's the child that he's talking about that's effervescent. But he's genuinely saying there is something at fault with it. And I feel that because he's a man that wants to keep your family safe, he's like, get it checked or get it looked at, because there is something, what she's complaining about isn't just her, he's saying. There is something that's annoying about that seatbelt, and he's just highlighting it. It's his way of sort of letting you know that he's keeping everyone safe and well. And he's making me feel like, I feel that this gentleman is really missed. I feel that both your fathers in spirit were well loved. Does that make sense? I feel like they played very different roles in your life, but they're making me aware that we're both loved and we're both equal in that love. That's what they're telling me. And there's something about, I feel that they get on in spirit. They're not indicating that they didn't in life, but they're saying in spirit they get on. Sorry?
They didn't know each other in life.
Yeah, and they're just like smiling as if, well, we're getting on in spirit. It's almost like as if we're not fighting over the love or anything like that. We're happy with it's all equal, Kat, is what they're saying to me. It's all equal. And so it's almost like they've just come to reassure you. Is there any questions or anything that you want to ask, Jade? I know I'm seeing you in January, so I'm conscious I might need to jump to other people, but is there any questions or anything you're worried about?
If there's anything for my son, who
Your son, okay.
is with my father-in-law.
Okay. Just on that. Is your son quite a deep thinker? They're going like this, Jade. A very deep thinker. They're saying something about he always wants to work things out or analyze things, or it's almost like sometimes overcomplicates things in his mind, but doesn't mean to. He needs to understand how everything fit. Like if you had a jigsaw, they're giving me the feeling of he has to understand. He can't just understand the bigger picture or the single piece. He has to understand how every single thing works. He's very sort of, they're saying scientific computing, things to do with analyzing, anything to do with engineering or putting things together or making things. He's brilliant at. So there's something where it's almost like he wants to say that they know that he has got to be somebody that works in those fields or is allowed to use his intellect. It's almost like a blessing to sort of say, allow him to over intellectualize or allow him to work things out, but you've got to challenge him. So it's almost like, because he's somebody that on the other side of this story, your dad's saying, is that he could get bored easily, he could get frustrated, he could get anxious because his mind needs to work and operate and work things out. And so he's given the feeling that if not given a challenge, he could tantrum, get emotional, feel like left out, and could cause trouble. Does that make sense? And he's saying all he needs is the learning or teaching that stretches him, because he's very, very intelligent, and he needs it to apply his mind to things that he has to work out. It's almost like there's something mathematical about it. It's almost like, when somebody has a problem, like a mathematical problem, he's given this feeling of he needs to work it out. And it's the feeling of don't let anybody else do it for him. He's got to be able to do it for himself. And if somebody does it for him, he's going to get really annoyed. And so the message is, don't try to do things for him, try to stretch him. Try to let him work it out for himself. Be there to help him. Don't let him feel rejected, but just make sure he is challenged in some way. And if he is, he'll be all right, is the feeling I get. Health-wise, I feel he's fine. So health-wise, I feel it's more to do with mental. It's like he's thinking. I feel that he misses the older males. When he was younger, I feel that one of them had a very strong connection with him. Does that make sense?
Yes, very close. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're getting down on the knees, and I feel like there's some kind of truck that's getting pushed on the floor, and they're playing on the floor together, is what he's showing me.
With him,
Yeah, there's a feeling as if he knows how to get down on his hands and knees with the kids. Does that make sense? And I feel like he's not immune to letting them get on his back or play with him. Does that make sense? And he's like, I don't know who the bigger kid is, Kat. I don't know if it's me that's the bigger kid or whether he says, but I enjoy playing with them more than he did. And sometimes I'm playing with them and he stopped playing and I'm like wondering what the hell I'm doing. Does that make sense? And he's laughing. He's laughing, Jade, and he's like, can't help it. He's even showing me, like, the games you get at Christmas. He's showing me the box games as if he's the first one that wants them out or he wants to play. And so he's laughing as if, like, I'm the entertainer or I want to get involved and I want to get my hands dirty. Does that make sense? That's beautiful. Thank you for working with me today, Jade. Looking forward to seeing you in January, and it's lovely to meet you. So I hope we have an equally good time when we see each other again. Lovely. Thank you so much. Let's see where we're going next. Whoa. Oh dear, there we go. It all happens very fast when it happens, doesn't it? Oh, Vicky Benton. I don't think we've met before. Hello, lovely to meet you, my darling. Unmute yourself for me, Vicky. You got mum in spirit, Vicky. Let's try and unmute. Energy's changing completely.
Hi, I got it. Do you hear me?
I can hear you. It's lovely to hear you, my darling. Welcome. Lovely to see you.
Thank you. I have met you before. We've talked and I've talked to you years ago.
Oh, forgive me. I don't recognize me. Forgive me. Have you got mum in spirit, Vicky? Because suddenly I feel like, okay, there's a female feeling coming in. If it's not them, why are they touching my face like this? Who's had a problem with the lip or a issue with, I feel like I want to do this. Does this mean anything, Vicky? I don't know why I'm doing this, but that's what they're doing.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Just remember, if it means something to somebody else, you can put it in the chat and Janie will grab me afterwards. But that's the first thing that Spirit are doing. Tell me who you'd like to hear from, because I've got a female that feels
Sammy,
like
a 22.
Sammy, your son. Just a minute.
Oh, my daughter.
Oh, your daughter. Okay, there's a female that's coming in, but I don't know why. They're going like this as they come in. That's what I'm aware of. Now, Sorry, it's just going quiet for a moment. I'm just listening. I'm waiting to hear what she's saying. Okay, the first thing she's giving me is a white t-shirt. The white t-shirt feels like it's got some kind of silly Christmas. It feels all wrong. It feels like, you know, in the UK we do like Christmas jumpers. But she's showing me a white t-shirt with some kind of red and white image on. It feels like it's, you know, it's like one of those silly Christmas t-shirts or something. I don't know. She's giving the feeling of like antlers or something red and white on it. So I don't know if it is like Santa Claus or something, but or a Santa hat or something, but I'm getting this red and white colour. I can't make out what the image is, but it feels like the message is some kind of like Christmas t-shirt or something silly. She's saying something gifted, so it feels like not something she would have bought herself. And I don't even know if it is like a pajama t-shirt or something, but she's referencing something about, I don't know, like matching items, matching pajamas, matching like night. There's something about Christmas nightwear. You know, like when you see families and they've got like the plaid trousers on or the kind of shorts and they've got like the Christmas t-shirts. It's something to do with t-shirts that match. I want a group of people together in the same t-shirt. That's what what she's referencing. If that doesn't match with you, Vicky, just bear with me. I will come back to you, but maybe
Okay.
it's not for you. Just a minute. Let me throw it out a second because I can see that it's not resonating with you. Does anybody understand a reference to something to do with like, it's something to do with like, you know, when you get the shots of people, it's the whole family in the same pajamas, or it's the whole family going to Disneyland and they've got the same t-shirts. And it feels like she didn't buy this girl that's with me, or the woman that's with me didn't buy the t-shirt. She's going like this and she's going white like it would still, this photo would still exist, is what I'm aware. She also goes like this as if to wipe my mouth or wipe the side of my mouth. So anyone that's got a dry thing or a kind of, I don't know, like a cold sore or any kind of problem with the side of the lips where it's chapping or anything, does that mean anything to somebody?
So Doris says that the t-shirts is her. The Veronica says you made that gesture with your face when Logan came through in a reading she had with you. And Sherry thinks they also did the matching family PJs.
Okay, just bear with me then. Just let me see if it's actually for Doris. Just a minute. I will come back to you, Vicky. I promise you. I just don't think I've got the right connection, and I want to make sure that I have. You want Doris? Lovely to see you, my darling. Another person I haven't seen for ages. How are you doing? Right. Can you unmute yourself, my lovely? You're looking well.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing? I haven't seen you for ages. About 3 years, I think, maybe. Good to see you. Good to see you. So I've got reference to like a whole family in the matching like PJs or the matching t-shirts from Disney World. Does that make sense? I feel like I want to talk about a family photo where everybody's in the same t-shirt. Do you understand? And it's red and white. Okay, perfect. That's what I need. Sorry. That's what I need. Sorry. That's the difference. Because it's been flashed at me, this red and white keeps getting flashed at me. I feel that she's wanting to let you know that she's all right. She's got a son, hasn't she, Doris? She's making me aware of. And is there something where you've been struggling to see him over Christmas or not getting access to him? Because she's saying something about like there's a bit of a drama over getting to see him or getting access to him. Does that make sense? I feel like you will, but there's something about the timing not being, she's going like this as if like the
I actually got invited. And I've gone there 6 times this year to help out with all of the kids.
Okay, it's not to do with the year past, Doris. Put that aside for a moment to me. Just bear with me. I hear what you're saying, but it's something to do with, there's something about Christmas, like getting, right, okay, I'm making a mess of this, but it's something to do with, you will get access on Christmas, but it's something about the days or the timing won't work out the way you thought it would. It's like a feeling of like, say, let me explain it a bit more because I'm making a real mess of it. But it's like, say if you were supposed to have them on the Tuesday, you'll get them on the Wednesday. You'll get access, but it's a feeling as if the times have got to be worked out or the times have got to be changed, or it's like, it feels like diary's not quite matching up and there's a bit of juggling to be done. Does that make sense, Doris?
Well, I know that there's some kind of juggling that's going to happen, but
you're going to get access, but you understand this thing about there's some juggling that has to be done with dates or times. Not everything's panned out. Not everything is It's almost like what she's saying is like not everything has been confirmed precisely yet. Does that make sense? There's a few bits in the air. It's not an issue. It will fall into place, but it isn't fully worked out yet. Does that make sense? It's like haven't got a plan of action yet, but I know it's coming and I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sort of.
Okay, let me keep going. Let me keep going, my darling. She's laughing though that this year everyone will have one of those pajama shots. Like so, the pajama. She's laughing as if it's almost as if she wants to go. I'm overjoyed, Kat, that this year everyone is willing to do the PJ thing. Everyone is willing to get in the photo, and it's almost like. Okay, I get what she's trying to say because I haven't seen you for ages. It's almost like she's wanting to say, like, at last we've got to where we're supposed to be. Like, everybody is present in the photographs, nobody's opting out. It's almost like there's peace for me. It's almost like what a difference 3 years makes, or there's been this significant change. And the reason I'm jumping in tonight, Kat, is to tell other people in the audience that things might look one way and black and white. And I know the last time that I saw you, things were really challenging, Doris. And what Ashley is wanting to do, she's been a bit of a sweetheart today. She's wanting to say to people, 3 years ago, things were really challenging for my mum, and it looked like it was going to go. I almost want to swear and say tits up. Sorry, forgive me. But it's like things weren't going to go her way. But now, gosh, you can't even recognize them as the same family, Cat. Everybody's on the same page. Communication has improved. It's almost like she's over the moon for you, Doris, like she's taken away and she's lifting it off your shoulders and she's saying how much things have changed. And she's really, really proud of you. She's also got some kind of joke about the Peloton, as if you're not Pelotoning anymore or something, because she's laughing as if you might have hurt your back or something might have happened. She's laughing as if the exercise regime's changed or something, as if you've got into a different fad or a different way of using it. So you might still be using the application, but she's laughing about something to do with not using the bike. Does that also mean something?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it as often as I did. I did switch to Pilates, so I've been going out to Pilates place. Yeah.
That's what she's talking about, Doris, because she's like smiling as if there's something else that's taking priority. There's something else that's like, it's almost like, I feel like a good social life's come with the Pilates or something as well, because she's making feel the people in the class are really nice. And there's a nice atmosphere at this centre that you're going to, and she likes it, is what she's saying. But she's shown me lovely, I don't know if the studio where the Pilates are, that's lovely. I know some gyms don't have that many windows, but she's putting windows down one side as if there's a lot of light that comes in. And she's smiling about the light that comes in. And she's like, I think that's her message for you, is let the light in, Doris, and let the light continue to shine. And she's making feel like everything's going to be fine. So I'm going to leave that with you, my darling. But thank you for jumping in. And I'm going to see if I can get Sam back for any questions or anything you want to ask me before I go, my lovely.
No, Merry Christmas, sweetie.
Merry Christmas, sweetie, as well. Merry Christmas. I used that light that came when nobody here will probably know what I'm talking about, but when we saw each other at the conference, we had a photograph taken, and on that photograph, a beautiful beam of light. And I always thought you'd superimposed it. And I was like, oh, that's really funny. You've superimposed it, but you said you hadn't.
No.
An absolute star. And I used that star. I took it and I ran with it. And that's what I've used for the podcast with that Andy and I have done. I used that same star that appeared. And I kind of chuckled to myself because it was Carly that had inspired it. That they'd obviously set me up and they knew the day that we had that photograph taken that that's what I was going to do, which is kind of funny. So anyway, my love with you. Isn't it funny when you look back? Hindsight's a brilliant thing. I love you, and it's lovely to see
you too.
It's lovely to see you. Now, let's see where I'm going next. Catherine's caught my attention. I will come back to Vicky. I promise you, Vicky. I will. Catherine, my darling. Hello. Lovely to see
Hi,
you.
Kat. Lovely
Hi,
to
how
see
you
you
doing?
and everybody's lovely faces.
I know. It's no. You've been having a bit of a down week or a bit of a difficult week, Catherine, because your son's coming through and he's going a bit up, bit down, bit up, bit down. There's a feeling as if he wants to say, "Get your mojo back, mum." Stop. It's almost like wants to, and don't be offended by this, but it's almost because I know that you're usually a really upbeat person, but it's almost like doesn't want your glass to be half empty, he wants it to be half full. And it's like sometimes the way that we look at things has got to shift. And I know that you're down and I know that you're missing me, mum. But he said, let's turn it around. Let's focus on what we can do together and what we can share. Now, your son's giving me the feeling of some kind of script or writing, okay? And I know that he likes to act it out in his own way in the house or something. But he's singing at me, deck the halls with boughs of holly, da la 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 la. What he's showing me is, it feels like an old piece of manuscript. You know, when you get, I'm going to have to describe what it feels like. I don't think I'm going to get it right, Catherine, but you know, when you kind of get like a quote from the Bible or a carol song, or it might be that it's a piece of writing that's come out of a really great book like Charles Dickens or something, and somebody takes an extract and they blow it up as a quote on a wall or he's putting it in a frame as if he wants to talk about something that he's seen in a frame that's written, and it feels like it's an extract. It doesn't feel like it's just a one line quote. It feels like it's an extract for something, or it's a bit more written. And just like old manuscripts, he's decorating it as if it might have a few images or calligraphy or something. Do you know what he's talking about, Catherine?
No, but I read Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol every year. It's a favorite.
Okay, because he's talking about like an extract of Charles Dickens. You know, it's like, wonder if it's got to do with that. Just a minute, I'll just try and get some more information. But he's extracting something as if he just wants to take it's almost like he wants to take his favorite piece out of that book or your favorite piece out of that book, and he's putting it on the wall, like to look at. He's framing it. Just a minute. There must be more to it. I don't know if this is my mind playing tricks on me now, because now I've got the word bar humbug coming into my head. Bar humbug. There's more about this though. Have you, in years gone past, have you seen plays with this in as well? Not just read the book. You've gone to no, you don't.
I took him many times to see the play. Yes,
Oh,
and his sister starred as Scrooge one year. Even though she's female, she got picked as Scrooge.
Okay. That's why he's showing me the script as well, Catherine. That makes sense because he's showing me the script. He's pulling out an extract, and he's saying something about his sister was good in that main.
She was amazing, actually.
He just said she was really good in that role. One of the Scrooges he's ever seen. He's like smiling as if, I think she got accolades for it and a lot of praise because he's saying but there's something where he's a little bit frustrated as if she's dropped the acting or doesn't do it anymore, Catherine. He's almost wanting to say to her, even if it's just as amateur dramatics, he'd love to see her perform more because there was a time when she was very good at it. And he thinks she could re-look at it again because he's like saying something about when she played that starring role, I feel like she's wiped the floor with any of the Scrooge that had come before is the feeling it was giving me. And I think he thought it was really funny. And I feel like he wants to mimic her or kind of reel off a line and kind of, repeat it as if to show like I can do that as well. But he's not competitive. I don't feel your son. I feel like he's just doing it as if to have a bit of fun and to like join in or be part of that celebration and stuff. But I feel that then if the frame is symbolic, Catherine, he's wanting you to pull out that Charles Dickens, like it's like a favorite extract or reread the favorite bit. But it feels like it's only about. It feels like it's 2 or 3 paragraphs max, and he's pulling it out like this at me. And I can't tell you why, Catherine. I don't know, but he's going like this at me. But he's just making me aware that there's been lots of different plays, and it's like I think the majority you've enjoyed, but he's laughing as if some are better than others, and he's just sort of smiling as if no one portrays the character the same. No one sort of shares the same. It's almost like he's smiling. He's actually referencing, Catherine, a conversation I was having with somebody the other day where I said, you know, three people can watch the same scenario and three people see a completely different scenario. And so the truth is never what you think it is. It's like three people observe the same thing, but they see completely different things because everything in their characteristic, their personality, the way they look at things, their experiences has got different references. And he's laughing and he's going, Kath, you could take it even further, that kind of argument. He's going, you know, one person plays the same role, you know, whether it's Scrooge, Jesus Christ, whatever you want it to be. And no person plays the same role the same. Does that make sense? And he's kind of philosophical and he's like laughing as if like there's so many dimensions to things. Like, why trouble yourself? It's almost like he's want to say in life we need to be lighter. We need to like not analyze things so hard and realize that there are like, you know, things to be lighter about, and that
that's his mother over analyzing everything.
Yeah, and he's like, and he's laughing, and he's taking that extract from Charles Dickens, and he's saying it in three different. You know, he's like, it's almost like bah humbug, bah humbug, bah. You know, and he's giving this feeling of you could express it in different ways and it means different things. And he's almost like when you can't change the tone of what your thoughts are thinking about, try to change up the tone or the vibration so that, you know, he's always giving me that feeling of like, we've got a thing in hypnosis where you say, you know, somebody's really upsetting you, put a funny nose on them, dress them as a clown in your mind and kind of see something kind of amusing or funny. And he's kind of doing that kind of thing of like, hey, be brave, mum, take those thoughts, change them up, dress them up a little bit, give them a different tone, give them a different vibration, think of a different actor playing that role, how they would, you know, change up the script. And he's saying, that's my message for you, mum, change up the script. 2025, you're going to have a better time. I know it's not easy in Christmas, but I love you. I love you. I love you. Always be your son. He loves scripts. He loves
scripts. He loves writing, and we all love Charles Dickens in our house.
Yeah, and he's
so
like, I love scripts.
Kat.
He says, I love scripts. He likes rehearsing them. He likes rehearsing them more than he does performing them. And he's saying, so rehearse the script. Rehearse the script until you like what the script says. Change the voice, change the atmosphere, just change it up, mum. In 2025, change it up. And he's sending you a big kiss. Oh, big
and
hug.
God bless us, everyone.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great message for everyone, that actually. I love how
God bless us,
this year.
everybody.
That's really, really sweet. That's really, really lovely.
Thank you, Kat. That's lovely.
It's all right. Chris came on, one of the first people that came on today, my darling. And she was smiling, and we were saying, I can't ask about Christmas. Chris, who would you like to hear from, my darling?
Me? I don't know if there's one, Chris. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's you. You're on screen. You're pinned. It's you today. What would you like to know? Who would you like to hear from?
I'd like to hear from my daughter.
Oh, bless. Okay, the first feeling isn't a word, it isn't an image, it's a feeling, and it's a feeling of sweetness. And I'm getting this feeling of sweet, sweet joy, sweet, like she's going sweet, and then I feel like I'm at a table and I'm wanting to look at sweet, you know, like it's not cakes and it's not cookies, it's a feeling of sweet things on a table. And she's laughing and making a reference to me going to the cinema with my daughter and her friends, and she's showing me all the pick and mix and all the sweets and she's laughing about. Just bear with me, Chris. If it doesn't make sense, just wait for a moment because she's just playing. She's gone into the cinema. She's showing me the pick and mix, and she's going, "Oh, don't know which sweet to have, Kat. I might just have to have a little bit of everything." She's got this plastic thing, and she's like laughing, and the bag's filling up, and she doesn't seem to want to fill it all the way to the top. In fact, she's actually making me feel a little bit like she could go further and take it all the way, but she's dropped it to like, it's only 3/4 full. It's almost as if I've never been greedy in life, Kat. There's a feeling as if I've always undercooked things instead of overcooking them. There's almost a little bit of shyness or meekness, as if it's almost grateful for what she has, Chris. Does that make sense? There's a feeling of I don't need to I don't need to be like, she's laughing at my daughter and her friend would buy one bag between them and they pile it up so they've got like loads between them. She's not doing that. She's just literally showing me the bag. It feels really light and empty, as if she hasn't really taken everything that she could take. She's just taken what she needs and what she wants. She knows she isn't going to eat them all. That's the feeling, and it's kind of, there's a sweetness to that, Chris, in that I don't need to be great. I don't need everything. What do I need? It's like everything I've got, that's enough. And it's almost like she wants to say to you, like, I got enough of life. I got enough of what I needed. And I'm not sad about anything, Mum. I took exactly what I needed as part of that soul plan or that bigger picture. I just got what I needed, not a penny more, not a penny less, just the right amount. And she's saying your love for her was abundant, and my love for you is abundant. She's giving this feeling of, and like, make no qualms about it. When it comes to love, the bag would be overflowing. There'd always be enough. I never did without. My mum never did without. We loved one another. And I feel like she was a really good girl, Chris. There's a feeling of like very easygoing. It feels as if like everything feels just it's not even carefree. It's like everything feels simple and just very satisfied with what I've got. And I feel like she's just wanting to say, listen, I need you to know that I'm satisfied with everything. I'm really happy with everything. I don't need anything more than your love. That is enough. There's nothing you can blame yourself for, Chris, as well. She's saying that, like, you could overanalyze or think about it 100 times. It wouldn't come out with a different scenario. She's saying, I took everything that I needed from life, not a penny more, not a penny less. She's not going into the cinema as well. She's laughing as if she'd rather have the box set of the TV at home with you, as if she just wants to, like, she's given this feeling of like, I'm not frustrated. She's not going into the screens in my head. You see, I've got this cinema in my mind. People are probably thinking, what is Kath talking about? She's crazy. I am a little bit crazy, but I've got the cinema in my mind, and she doesn't seem to want to go into the screen. She doesn't want, it's almost as if, oh, let's take it home. Let's just eat at home. Let's not eat out. Let's just go home. let's get the blanket and the duvet in front of the TV. Let's just like cuddle up next to each other, have a bit of a gossip, have a bit of a nibble, and just watch something on TV. And she's making me feel like that would be the perfect Christmas for me, Kat. Just me and my mum in front of the TV, watching all the Christmas hits, and there's a feeling of like a few sweets or nibbles in between. And then I almost want to, she's making me laugh as if I almost want to chunk out on one film after the other. You know, like I usually get too much, like I can't take too many films in one day, but she's giving this feeling of, let's just have a duvet day. Let's just have a day when we don't get out of bed and we just put everything, our favourite movies, on repeat. Did she like Friends as well, Chris? The
Not really.
Okay.
Phoebe drove her crazy, so no, not really.
Oh, okay. Well, forgive me, she's just flashed Friends in front of me, so don't be surprised if a reference over the Christmas period comes up, either to do with Friends or a character from Friends. I don't know, but she's just flashed. She didn't show me the actual episode. She just showed me, you know, the logo. She just showed me the logo for Friends on a white background. That's all she showed me, but she just flashed it in front of me. So I don't know if she's wanting to take me to the subject of Friends or something, but there's a feeling of like, I'm never lonely. I've got all the friends that I need. And there's a feeling, but it's something for you around, I don't know, it's almost like rest easy. Like I don't maybe need to get involved in everything I normally get involved in over Christmas this year. It's a feeling of my friends are my friends. I'm very secure in those friendships. They're not going anywhere. But if I want to duvet day or I want to opt out of something, I can. And I have a feeling there'll be one day you might feel under the weather or something over the Christmas period, but she's making me feel you'll opt out of something for a day. And you might have a sore throat, you might feel under the weather. It's not because you don't want to go to something, it's just you'll think, oh, do you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm having a duvet day. And she just puts this duvet over the knee and she's like, back-to-back movies, Mum. Back to like all your favourite hits, all the things that we enjoy to watch, just back-to-back. And I think that's kind of what she wants to sort of say to you. The main thing feels like it was nothing too much, nothing too, it's almost like everything's perfect, Mum. And I feel that there's an older lady with her, Chris, as well. Is your grandma or mum's side in spirit?
Yes.
I feel that she's with her as well. As she comes in, she shows me a fish, like a goldfish in a bowl going round and round and round. She's laughing. As if it's a funny memory to understand about a trauma about a little goldfish or something. She's laughing. I hope it's not like one of these where they had to get like flush it down the toilet or something, but she's like, show me this fish, and it's just going round and round in a circle, and she's giggling as if you'd understand a joke about it. Does that make sense, Chris?
The kids had a betta fish in a bowl, but
Oh, did they? It might just be a memory, but as the grandma comes closer, that's what I see, this little fish going round and round in a bowl. So symbolically, I think they're trying to say to you, don't go round and round in circles with things. Just, don't do it. Don't let your mind take you there. Keep things simple. Everything is perfect. It's perfect. So I'll leave her love with you. Any questions or anything, Chris, or anything?
no, I just wanted to say her birthday is the day after Christmas, so that might be my duvet.
Oh, okay. So it's like don't go round in circles or kind of run yourself. That might be the day that you take the duvet down.
Yeah.
That might be the day that you opt out of. I feel like you'll get an invitation to something and it's like, not today. I just want to do things my way on my own. That makes sense, Chris. That makes sense.
We are going to a dinner theater with her girlfriends, so that might be where friends popped in from today. So
Right. That's not what you're going to opt out, she says. You'll go to that. She's like, it's definitely not opting out of that, Cat. The duvet day, I think, is the day of her anniversary. I know she went like that as well. I know I'd said there was tingling when Janice was on, but she's actually touching my head as if you might feel her touch your head over the. Yeah, she's like that. That's me. That's me. So just rest sure everything's perfect, Chris. And I feel that the day with her friends, you're going to have a really lovely time. She's giving me this feeling as if she's very, very excited about it. And she's smiling as if those girls are, I feel those friends are really special, Chris. There's something where I don't know, they're going to do something for you, or there's going to be a bit of a surprise. She's smiling as if they're just what a lovely bunch of people, Kat. They are going to do something. But it's almost like they're going to fill your heart with joy. And it's almost like, don't get sad when you hear their story thinking that could be mine. Celebrate the fact that they're still connected to you and that through them, my love is flowing. So it's almost like smiling. Yeah, that's probably why she gave me the Friends logo. Makes sense, Chris. Makes sense. Lovely to see you, my darling. Thank you for coming on tonight. Yeah, we're overrunning, but I don't feel tired. So if you're happy, I'm happy. But if my Duracell battery suddenly runs out, you're going to have to forgive me. Now you made the mistake of smiling at me. You laughed. Suddenly I was like, your son's going to be here. Now, and you've got the cap on back to front, Chris. Oh my word. I think I finally get to see what this cap looks like. Just unmute yourself for a moment. I feel that he's here. It's Levi, isn't it? It's Levi. Yeah, I can feel him. Hang on a minute. Now, this isn't going to make sense at first, he's telling me, but he's saying, do what I tell you. I'll make sense of it, but it's not going to make sense to you when I first give you it, right? He's pretending to be almost like a soldier and marching like soldiers marching to a beat, as if like he's laughing. He's going like this, like almost like like you get like you get at Christmas those kind of I don't know, nutcracker like little soldiers or something that have the hands that go like this. He's just standing really straight and going like this as if he's marching or like doing something stupid. And he's wetting himself laughing, right? And he's like, I know it's not going to make any sense to you, Kat, but just do what I tell you to do. So I'm like, okay, you're in charge. But he's standing like that and he's going like this and he's laughing his head off. It's almost like he wants to sort of say, and he gives me this feeling, right? He's put almost like when you wind the battery up to something. I think it's symbolic. I don't think it's anything. He's winding up the back of this toy, and it feels like it's not running on batteries. He's winding it up, and I feel like he's trying to say, I'm winding you up. I'm winding you up. I'm here to wind you up. But it's like as if he's having a laugh. But he's turning this thing, and then he's letting it go, and the thing's going like this really fast. as if it's like something's going to have a mechanical failure or kind of run like the batteries. It feels like it's running faster than it's supposed to do, and I feel like the message is something about something running faster or malfunctioning, and he's laughing. Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
Well, our electric robot just came on, like our robot vacuum, and I was looking at my phone so I could turn it off, but
Oh, I wonder if
it
it's to
just
do
like
with that.
powered on.
I wonder if it's to do with that, and he's just like he's laughing about the
I'm
fact
not
that
sure.
something malfunctions or something malfunctions, but he's like giggling. I don't even know if it's him that's been a bit mischievous or that's fired it to work. I don't know. He's just like laughing, but he's full of mischief today. The feeling as if he's come to play or he just wants to have a laugh, and he's just make me feel like he wants to giggle. He's saying he's doing all right. He's got a little dog with him. He's put a little dog next to him. I can see he's showing me that he's like he's showing me about he's put the dog next to him and he's like flying out in front and he's making me feel like just tell him Christmas Day, wind sweat, wind in my hair, cat, like getting all the cobwebs out. He doesn't want you to be sad on Christmas Day. There's something about no, you're not allowed to be sad on Christmas Day. No. And it's no, he's like, no, you're not ruling it out. No. There's something about I feel that do you still have a boat? Because he's giving this feeling as if he wants you out on the water for Christmas. It's a feeling of don't do it, but it's almost like almost want to say have Christmas on the boat, not in the house. It's weird. It's like, but if you're having it in the house, then I want to go out on the boat afterwards. It's a feeling of like you got to go on the boat for me for Christmas. I want the wind in my hair and I want a bit of excitement. There's a feeling as if I just want to do something that I love. And it's like you do something that I love, that'll make me feel better. It'll make you feel better. But it's also giving the feeling that when your tears run down your face, Teresa, he's like, the wind will wash them away. he's like showing me that the wind or the breeze will just dry them. And it's almost like you'll be able to have a bit of a cry, but feel okay about it. That's the feeling that it's giving me. What he doesn't want you in is inside crying your heart out. That's what he's telling me. It's like, I don't want them like this, but he's kind of smiling. Now, I don't know if this is still connected to the robot. He's now got and this really doesn't feel like him, but it must be symbolic or something that he's seen. He's got what looks like a broom or a kind of it's a broom, kind of a broom. It's like a broom or like brush, and he's brushing something away as if something smashed on the floor or cleaning a floor. It's almost like cleaning dust or I don't know, he's like cleaning something up as if something's fallen and broken or something. So where have you had to brush something up or kind of brush a floor that was, it doesn't feel like it's in the house, it feels like it's in a side room or in a garage. It feels like he's brushing something up as if the floor needs brushed. I don't know, he's just sweeping something. Sweeping a floor.
Had a like glass vase break a few days ago downstairs.
That might be what it is, yeah, because it feels like something's broken and I'm having to sweep it up. And am I right in saying that that was irreparable? Because it's making me feel it broke in such a way it couldn't be repaired or it couldn't be repaired. Does that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's almost like, don't worry about the fact that it broke or don't worry about it broke. There's something weird about it falling though, Chris. Because it's given this feeling of, I don't feel like anyone was in the room when it was knocked over. Does that make sense?
No.
Do you understand it was neither of you that knocked that vase over?
Yeah.
And it's given this feeling it was near the edge of a table, but it wasn't on the edge. It shouldn't have fallen over. So I don't know if he's trying to imply that like it was him or a little breeze or something or a spirit breeze, but he's implying that nobody knocked it over. It fell over of its own accord. And it's almost like I feel like I want to say I'm sorry that it smashed or sorry that it smashed or sorry that it broke.
I have this feeling that you're warning us we're about to find something.
Okay. No, it might be to do with what Chris broke the other day. He's like referencing something. He's like, oh, I'm sorry that I broke it or sorry that I broke it.
This is like,
He's dropping the energy now. He's gone all serious now. He's gone from this kind of fun, having a giggle, but it's almost like he's dropped the energy and he's like, just tell them I really miss them as well, Kat, and just tell them that I am truly with them. And he's saying something about a thumbprint as well, Teresa. So were you going to get a thumbprint? He's going like this. He's pushing his thumbprint onto something. Where were you going to get a thumbprint?
I don't know. I can't think of.
Okay, I don't know if I'm changing over then, but I'm getting a thumbprint now and I want to go to a thumbprint on a necklace. Somebody here must have a silver necklace that's got a thumbprint that connects to their
silver necklace present.
Do you have a thumbprint on a necklace?
No. Not an actual thumbprint.
That's okay. I have a feeling I might be moving over then. So it might just be a quick one to say hi and that he's seen you, but he's like, he is with you and he wants to go out on the boat. That's what I know for Christmas Day. There's a feeling of just let me out on the boat. And it feels like I want to go at pace, but then he's stopping the boat and he's giving this feeling of like, just spend a little bit of time out there or a little bit of time on the water. It'll make you feel better.
His brother's out on the boat right now too.
That's what I was saying. Probably break shit. Stuff. Probably break.
Okay. Like, it definitely feels like it's connected to the holidays though as well. So I'll leave his love with you anyway. It's great to see you. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much.
It's all right. It's lovely to see. Anybody else got a silver necklace?
There's several people that have.
Okay. Maybe this is me coming back to Vicky Benton now. Maybe this is Sam Reddy. Just a minute. You've got the that's an S. It's not a thumbprint. I am coming to you, Vic. Who's got a thumbprint? It has to be a thumbprint on a silver necklace. Sorry, Janie. Who have you got?
There's several people that say they. Kayla, Sherry Dre, Julie.
Okay, just a minute. Let's see. Sherry Dre.
Shalane.
I think it's Sherry Dre. I feel Sherry. Hello, my darling. You got a silver necklace with a thumbprint on.
I just recently bought 6 for my daughter's best friends.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Because she's saying, am I right in saying you haven't got one on? You haven't got one on. Because she hasn't got one on. But there are these silver necklaces with the 6 thumbprints. I knew it was you. My lovely. And I feel like she wants to say thank you for buying them. And she's making feel like they will be really appreciated and they're the perfect gift. And weirdly, I feel like 5 will be received beautifully. One of them, there'll be trouble receiving it. I don't know why. Do you understand? There'll be one person either doesn't get it on time, or one person there'll be some kind of issue delivering it or getting it to the person. But she's saying it'll all work out fine. It feels like 5 people accept it beautifully, everything's smiley. One person doesn't quite go to plan, but it'll all work out in time. And so there's a feeling of like, just know it'll mean something closer to the time when you give those necklaces out. But she's wanting to acknowledge and let you know that she's seen you do it. It's like, thank you, mum, thank you. That's what I feel. She's saying to me, this is a bit like my mum, Kat. My mum always thinks of everybody else except for herself. She's a very selfish lady, and if she's giving to other people, it makes her feel good because she was a very thoughtful mum. She always was attentive to me, always wanting to give me things, always wanting to do things for me. And she always did things with love, very rarely thought about herself, always. There was just a joy in giving. That's what she's saying, is that she experienced a joy of giving. And just because she's not here, you don't want to stop that joy, and she gets it. And it's almost like she's giving me, like, Luann was really sweet when she came to the London experience in August. She had this little bag of little goodies, and it was all like little random things. And she's like, my mum used to do things like that for me, Kat, where she'd buy random things. I wouldn't be expecting it. It wouldn't necessarily be for a birthday. She would just occasionally buy me some treats or do something thoughtful, because she thought it'd brighten up my day, or it'd be something that I needed or something that I wanted. And she's always like, there's something lovely about that, of the joy of receiving. And she's like, she wants you to have the same joy of receiving this Christmas, Sherry. Sometimes it's lovely to give. Can you let yourself receive more? I've come to give you my love today, and you would never reject my love. So let other people be allowed in the same way that you allow yourself to have that. Allow others to give to you so that they may feel the same joy that you get in giving. And she's laughing. She's like, she's not very good at receiving, Kat. She's good at receiving. She's a really sweet. She just says I love my mum. I love my mum. She's a real sweetheart. She finds it so hard and she's making me feel like we can practice. Don't worry, mum, we can practice. We can practice saying all you have to do is go, thank you. She's like, thank you. And she's giving this feeling of, if I could do anything this year, it would be helping in 2025. I'd like to help my mum receive. I'd let my mum switch that dial to, and it's fine still to give, she says, but I want her to receive. Now she's showing me, it looks, and you haven't got anything near you that looks like Christmas decorations, but she's showing me some kind of tinsel, or it might not be tinsel. It's like, you know, when you get the lovely decorations that she's looping like this, as if something hanging in loops, almost like you do loop tinsel, you know, but I don't think it is tinsel because it's not shiny and sparkling. There's something where she's seen you attach something. I don't know why I'm like, I don't even know how my words are. Like, do you understand? She's seen you hang something up, and she's
It's
like,
on my fireplace over there. It's a garland.
Garland, that's the word I'm looking for. Like, words are escaping me today because I've had a few drinks with my friends. And she's like this, and she's showing me this garland, and she's like, oh, that looks nice, mum. And she's making me feel like she almost wants to say, looks really tasteful. It's not too much. It's not excessive. It's just enough. But it just gives a little flavour. And it's almost like, is there something about that garland where it's not so Christmassy? It just looks really good as a decoration, regardless of what she's almost giving me the feeling of, it doesn't look over the top. It almost fits in with the surrounding, and it's got a touch to Christmas, but it's not crazy Christmas. Do you understand? It's not like olive. And it's almost like she just wants to say, I always love my mum's taste in things. She's got a really good taste level. And I wish more people would have a taste level like my mum. It's almost like she thinks she's got a really good taste in clothes as well, she's saying. She's saying, my mum can buy me clothes, and unlike my daughter likes to be there and tell me what she wants. And I'm laughing because if I bought her something, she just wouldn't wear it. Does that make sense? And she'll wear my stuff. She won't wear the stuff I get. She'd sort of, like this. But I get the feeling that you could buy something for your daughter and give it to her as a gift, and she'd just love it. It's just be perfect. She's actually showing me what looks like a pair of white jeans or white shorts. They're just folded, so I can't quite tell. But it feels like with a top not dissimilar to what you've got on, but in different colours. It's in brighter colours. She just puts this sweatshirt on top of the jeans with the white shorts there, and she's giving me them as a package on the side, and she's making me feel perfect. Just put them on. Perfect fit, perfect look, perfect. So you didn't get a thing wrong, is what I'm going to say, Sherry. She's making me feel like you got everything right, and that's what she wants to think about over Christmas time, my darling. Anything you want to ask me? Because I have a feeling by hook or by crook, you might be the last of my book. I might have to give Brent something for Luann, but
is she with anybody there?
Okay, let's see who she says she's with. There's a man. Straight away, as soon as you say that, there's a man. He's either your dad or your dad's dad. I think it's your dad's dad. I think your dad's still here. Is that right?
No, my dad's not here.
Oh, is he not? It might be your dad then. Just a minute. Let me get some facts about this man. She's with a man, and I get the feeling it's on dad's side of the family. Dad's putting his hand out as if to shake my hand, and there's a feeling of a firm handshake, or somebody he's trying to get across the feeling that he's very reliable and he'll always rock up for you. So this dad was somebody who, he's always sweetheart. He's just put his arms around you, and there's a feeling of wanting to big hug. And in the same way that you are to your daughter, he's making me feel like anything you want, anything you need, you just ask. So this man, he's giving me the feeling of he's sure-footed. There's something about this man who's very reliable, always present, always rocks up when he says he's going to rock up. In fact, he's laughing as if he might even do things early, as if he's impatient and he's so excited about things. He's giving the feeling of if you're going on a holiday, then he packs the car off beforehand because he just wants everybody to be off on time. You know, he's like kind of organised kind of guy, can't wait, it's too excited, needs to get it. And he's laughing as if haven't changed, Kat, haven't changed. And he's just giving this feeling of like, look, I'll always rock up. I'll always rock up for you, and I'll always look after her. I'll always rock up for her. I'm right by her side. She's not on her own. He's actually laughing at the fact that you think she might be on her own, because he's like, are you kidding me? She's so bloody popular. Like, getting a bit of time with her myself would be a nice thing. Was she in a team when she was here, like a hockey team or something as well, like a team of something? Because he's giving me a team feeling, but I don't know what the sport, but he's giving this feeling of a team. Sherry, does that mean something?
She was on a lacrosse team.
Ah, okay, that might be the reference that I don't know, because we don't have lacrosse here as much as you guys have. But there's this feeling of a hockey team or a team, but there's a feeling as if that team was the heart and soul, like there's a feeling as if she was really good at it. And I don't feel like she takes it too serious. She's competitive and having fun with it, but I feel it's more to do with the team camaraderie or the laughter of these people. And I feel as if she just loves playing with them. And so I feel that that's the kind of joy. And he's laughing as if I can't honestly, Sherry can't be with her 24/7 because she's off. Just wants to play and just do these kind of things. So I get the feeling of he classes himself very lucky when she tires herself out and comes home because he gets to be around her, but he's laughing as if she's never in. She's never in, Sherry. So I don't know if she was like that in life, but he's like laughing as if like, I'd love to get 10 minutes with her, I'd love to get an hour, but she's just not going to be in. So he's like smiling. So I just leave that love with her, but they feel lovely. But your dad, he's just giving you a big arm around the thing. He's just making feel here for you anytime you need me. I feel that he was quite successful as well. He's giving this feeling of never really having to walk. There's something about cars or like being happy with his lot in life. There's a feeling of whatever I had, I was happy with it. That's the feeling that he's giving me, Sherry. And so I feel like he's just very content and stable in his world, my darling. Does that sound all right?
Yes.
Lovely. I'm so sorry I can't get around more people. I'm starting to run out of my mojo. I did promise Luann a very quick 2 seconds with Brent for Christmas, because Luann, if nobody knows, has helped me so much this year, bless her. She's really been there for me and through thick and thin. And Brent's usually a very good communicator. Now, I don't know what this is. This is a bit random, but I'm going to throw it out there. You know, there's kind of, I don't even know how to describe that. Okay, this is really random. That's just really random. I have no idea. Right, I feel like I've got some kind of ball between two plates and he's jumping up and down as if to do, you know, like when kids have those blow up balls that they sit on and they jump up and down. It's not one of those, but it's something under his feet and he's just jumping on it and he's laughing as if it's some kind of thing to exercise or kind of he's jumping on this thing.
Pogo stick?
It might be it's got the pogo stick feeling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But he's jumping up and down on this thing and it's bounce, 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 and he's laughing as if he's not falling off it. There's a feeling of really good balance and he's not running out of energy. So I feel like the message is like, don't run out of energy, keep going. But he's bouncing, and there's a feeling. Do you have one of these toys when he was younger?
Yes.
And he just didn't put it. It's making me feel like it was the best freaking Christmas present ever. I never put it down, and it's making me feel it gave me hours of satisfaction. And he's laughing about hours of satisfaction, but outside of keeping you fit, he doesn't really do a great deal, Kat. But he's just like one of those things that you can't help it. You just enjoy it. And he's like, we need more of these things in life where it doesn't matter. The energy just keeps going. We just keep bouncing on it and we just keep having fun. Mum, in 2025, I hope that you just continue to have fun, keep the momentum up and realize sometimes you don't know why you need to buy somebody a gift or you need to gift them something, but it just gives you hours of fun or hours of joy. And it's almost like that's the sense. He's got this lovely energy. He's just boom, 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 and he's like bouncing up and down on this thing. And I just feel as if very, very happy. But he's laughing as if he could do that as a grown man now, because I feel that this is when he was a younger child, and he's making me feel could still have hours of fun. So there's something quite childlike that he's wanting to get across, that it doesn't matter what age you are, like you can still have fun with some of those things and it still keeps giving. And I feel like he's laughing about, I feel like when the granddaughter is older, he's wanting to get her on, it's like the new age equivalent. He's laughing as if you're going to have to get her one because it's just going to be hilarious. But I have a feeling that when she comes to that age, it's going to be about trampolining, because he's now changing it to a trampoline, and he's making me feel like he wants to put, he's putting a little trampoline and he's holding her hands and he's like jumping on this little trampoline. It's tiny and it feels like it's really safe. It's a very small one. Yeah. And he's making feel like can't wait to get to that age where she's just having fun and she's bouncing up and down. Is there something about somebody trying for a new baby as well, Lou?
Oh Lord, is Brittany pregnant?
I don't want to say anything, but come after Christmas, January or February, watch for some news.
Okay.
I have a feeling there's another child coming somewhere.
Okay.
He's making me, he's saying something about his sister's blossoming, And just a minute, Lou, let me feel into this. He's laughing. Has she said she was going to cap it or have time out? He's laughing.
Yes.
She says she's going to cap it, Kat, and have time out. Really? I don't know if it's going to be an accident, Lou, and I don't like. Please don't say ain't show
Okay.
the.
I'll keep my mouth shut until she says
It
something.
feels like something between January and March, and he's laughing as if she says she's going to cap it, Kat. She says it's time out. She's got enough. Like, well, let's just see what happens. If it does, it might be a boy, is the feeling that I get. But he's laughing as if it happens, it'll be an accident. But he's like, more to come in 2025, lots to look forward to. But he is making me feel like a household that's really busy, Lou. Like I feel like I've got kids running around my feet. It's more than one. It's, you know, that kind of energy at Christmas where nobody's really sitting in their seat. And it's like today when I was in the restaurant and one of my friend's kids is younger than my own, and the 4-year-olds are running around and they're just like, and all we can see is the little lights running around this like hotel lobby, and we're like, where are they? Where? Somebody catch them, somebody grab hold of them. And there's that feeling of like laughter, of like that kind of energy again. And he's like, enjoy it, Mum. Enjoy that energy and that sense of fun. But he's laughing as if it's that kind of feeling where your hair's been torn out, but you've also got this kind of feeling. Does that make sense? So
yeah.
I'll leave his love with you, my darling, but it's just lovely to see you. So I hope that's helped. I'm sorry I haven't got around to everyone. I know that Mara and Dawn and everybody's still here. I need to get Sam through for Vicky, actually. Just a minute. Sorry, I did promise her. And then I will go. But Vicky, my darling, you've been very patient.
You said you went like this.
Yeah.
I found a dark bruise this morning, a real dark one this morning right here. So maybe she's pointing that out. I don't know.
Oh,
and if it was from Botox, but I just saw it this morning. It's real dark.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's what that was.
Yeah, maybe that's what. Yeah,
that was so weird. And then I remembered it's right there next to.
Ah, okay. So let me see. This is weird as well, because I know that it's like winter, but she's showing me a ladybug. A ladybug. Just a minute. This might be also somebody piggybacking on the back of your one. Oh, come on, Sam. Give me the right information. She's saying something about 2 days ago. Did you just get your nails done, Vicky, as well?
Yeah.
She's saying 2 days ago I was with my mum and she got her nails done. And she's giving the feeling of a place that where you get your nails done, I feel like it's a regular place that you go to. It's like she's giving this feeling of my favorite place, like can't go. She's making me laugh as if I can't go to any other beautician, I can't go to any other nail technician. It has to be this one.
Yeah.
And I even feel that within that school of nail technology or whatever it is, I want to go to the same practitioner as well, Vicky. So do you always ask or try to get the same person within that?
Definitely.
Yeah, because she's like, no, I not if they're available, I prefer them, she's saying. It was a feeling as if you're very precise, you know what you want and you always know what you need. And she's telling me that that has been one of her favorite things about watching you is you are very decisive, you know what you want, you know what you need, and that's really, really important to her. So it's almost like she wants to say she's really proud of you because even through all the thick and thin and all the stuff that's changed around you, you still know what you want and know what you need. And it's you're not frightened to ask for help. And
Yeah.
she's trying to help everybody else here. Your daughter's lovely because she's saying, you know, tell everybody, Kat, that they just need to ask from spirit. You need to ask, what is it that you need? We need to know what it is that you want, what it is that you need. We'll try to help you. Be patient with us. We're here. And she's given this feeling as if she wants to say to you, Vicky, don't be frightened, Mum, I am here. She's very beautiful, your daughter. She's making me feel like drop dead stunning. I almost feel like I don't feel vain, but I feel that I take a beautiful photograph or beautiful image. Does that make sense, Vicky? There's something really, it's not glamorous, it's just stunning. There's something very beautiful about her. I don't even want to say attractive. It just feels, I take a beautiful.
It's a beautiful soul, very pure.
Yeah, it's like I'm not.
Doesn't need anything.
No, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. And in fact, she's laughing about you saying about your Botox and your hair and your nails.
Yeah, because she made fun of me because I'm all about that, and she didn't care.
Yeah, and she's giving
like,
this.
Why do you have to wear makeup every day? Why do you do?
That's what she's saying to me. She's like, I'm not into any of that.
That's
Kat.
why the nails and.
Yeah, and she's just saying, I'm beautiful. She's laughing, and she went, I'm not vain, but I'm beautiful just the way that I am.
Yeah.
And what she wants to say to everybody here is sometimes we need to be more accepting of who we are, and just be happy with what we've got and who we are.
That's been my lesson since she left.
And be ourselves, Mum.
Yes.
And if you can nail who you are and just be yourself, then my role in being present in your life has served a greater purpose, Mum.
Oh, I've learned that. That's been my biggest lesson since.
And she's like, you've nailed it, Mum. You've nailed it. And she's laughing as well. Even with the colour of your nails, are you somebody who gets really stuck on the same colours or always want the same?
It's always the same color. And I tried to make her like that and she wasn't having it. She didn't care.
Nails cut. She might as well just get them permanently because it's the same color. She knows what she likes. She doesn't like change. She doesn't want change.
Yeah,
she loves the best of quality of things, but she doesn't want too much. She's not excessive. She's saying just the right things. And she's like, in the same way that you've grown to appreciate her natural beauty, she's realized what these material things mean to you. She says she knows that when you have your nails done, it makes you feel better. When you have your Botox done, it makes you feel that you can face the world. And she's like, in all honesty, we are like polar opposites in some ways. But I love the fact that that's the relationship that we have, Mum, because I've learned so much from watching you as to what makes you tick. And I know you've learned that I'm quite the opposite. Now, I don't know that this is, she's gone like this, so I don't know if she did this in life, but suddenly I've noticed that I'm doing this.
Yeah, you used to cover her hands with her sweater.
Yeah, she's going like this at me, like this.
She used to cover her hands.
And I don't think she did this in life, but this is what she's showing me in spirit. So I'm going to tell you, and I have a feeling you're going to say to me, she didn't do this in life, but it's definitely what she's doing in spirit. Show me white horses. She's showing me white stallions, white horses. And there's 3 or 4 of them there. She's not riding them. She's not cleaning them out. She's not mucking them out. She's just showing me them free, wild, watching them. And I feel like she's getting joy watching them. And she's making me feel like I'm getting joy watching you. I'm getting joy watching these horses. And she's climbed onto a fence. She's just sat there. There's a feeling as if a friend's sat next to her and she's just chatting to them and they're watching these horses wild and free. And she's like, wild and free. I'm just wild and free, Kat.
I'm
just wild and free. And I'm totally wild and I'm totally free and I'm okay, Mum. It's almost like relaxed, but the symbolic, she's saying, the reason I'm showing you white horses is not because I rode horses in life, Kat. I did not. The reasons I'm showing you a white horse is that beauty of the white stallion that is just everybody admires and loves looking at, that's free, healthy, vibrant, just gets to be itself. there's something joyous in the human body when we just allow ourselves to be ourselves. There is no tension. This horse isn't going to let anybody ride it. It's not going to let anybody tell it what to do.
This is what she can be on the other side. I get
Yeah,
it.
she's just saying, you can't tame it. And I feel that she's got a confidence. She doesn't want to ride it. She's making feel, I want to celebrate the fact that that horse is free. I don't want to tame it.
That's
And
her. She's free.
yeah, and I feel that she's trying to say she doesn't want to tame who she is, or she doesn't want to tame it or tone it down, Vicky.
Yeah.
Could she be quite wild in life? Because she's giving this feeling as if she, although she looks very natural, she's giving this feeling that on the other side she's not as timid. There's something about
Change, yeah.
yeah, just kind of. I think she's learning from you on the other side to be more decisive, to think. There's a feeling as if she couldn't make up her mind sometimes in life, and she's given this
Definitely.
feeling of, I can't make up my mind in time. That's why I was paired with my mum, because my mum knows what she likes.
Yes.
I, on the other hand, cannot make a decision, and yet on the other side, I'm totally at peace. And so I feel that she's wanting to say to you, we were the perfect combination. We're the complete opposites.
Exactly.
We learn from one another and we can appreciate each other's values. And that's perfect to me. So,
yes.
Vicky, what a lovely way to sort of end the den tonight.
Thank you so much.
If anybody's from my circle, or if anybody else wants to do readings, if anybody else has like got a competent level and they want me to help out, and you just want your own first shot, please raise a hand or say something, because I'm happy to stay on. But if you want to practice yourselves or read for one another, you're more than welcome. But if you are, oh look, Margaret's raised her hand. Look at that, stunning. Margaret, my darling, where do you feel drawn? Who do you feel drawn to, or what information have you got?
There's a white horse behind Laura.
There's a white horse behind Laura. Let's get Laura up. Oh, let's see where we go.
As you were speaking about it, I looked over in there.
Oh, there is. Okay, thank you, Vicky, for working with me, my darling. So, Margaret, as you stare at Laura, what do you want to say? What do you want to say from Connor? What do you feel his words? Go on, don't say no. Don't.
No, and I also know that there was this weird ladybug in her life earlier this week on a card she kept trying to write, and the ladybug just kept flittering all over the piece of paper. So I think her son may have been piggybacking.
Okay, just stay there for me a minute. Let me stare at Laura for a minute. I was telling me you're very close to the edge, Laura, that you've had a very difficult few days. He's wiping his eye like this at me, as if to say, like, wipe your eye, mum, don't cry. And bless him, he's gone to your purse and he's closing it, he's shutting it, and he's like, don't worry if it's empty, don't worry. He's like closing it and he's putting it to the side, and he's like, don't worry, mum, everything's going to be fine. You're always going to have enough of what you need, and you've got great people around you. Again, I feel that the message is, don't be frightened to ask for help, and don't be frightened to reach out. It's been vocal, but not in a loud and aggressive way. He's making me feel like, just be honest and open with people about what it is that you need and what you're struggling with. Because he said you wouldn't believe the outpouring of love that you will receive when they realise what's going on. He's actually making me feel, he's almost implying he wants a private conversation, Laura, because he's giving this feeling of there's things mum needs to get off her chest or just be able to say that she can't express to anybody, Kat. And I feel like you need a good cry and need to just be able to say, I'm having a shit day. Does that make sense, Laura? Oh, I don't want to upset you. You okay? You're hanging in. I know you well enough to. She's a tough cookie, everyone. She is. I know, because I've seen her strip me down the retreat.
I've had a beautiful week, but you know, it is hard. And I think all of us before Christmas, I mean, holy moly, if we can just hold on to all the beauty and all the color of the season, we're going to be fine. And when you say I'm a tough cookie, I've got crocodile leather skin, okay? So I just love hearing all these uplifting, wonderful, beautiful, sweet kids and parents, and it just makes me so happy and proud to be part of this community. And Kat, you
Certainly.
created it. So thank you.
No, thank you.
Ah,
It's so nice, isn't
but
it?
yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, he's given me don't be surprised if you find some coins over Christmas. Like, I don't mean like a bag of coins. I mean like, you know, like when people find dimes or pennies or things like that. I have a feeling, and he's giving this feeling of this hasn't been a sign from him before, but because I don't know, there's something about like pennies from you know, Christmas or penny, like he's dropping coins at me. So he's like smiling as if you're going to find a few little finds, and they're just for sentimental value. They're not, you know, worth necessarily anything, but he's saying they're worth things from little pennies from heaven, as in like little love gestures from me. And I feel that he hasn't used coins before. That's what he's giving me the impression of. But there's a feeling of he's going to use them over the Christmas period to get you into the new year. There's some indecisiveness, Laura, about where you're going to spend Christmas, because it's giving this feeling of like indecisive. Yeah.
I go between Colorado, Kansas, and Oklahoma on almost a weekly. So that's not easy either.
Yeah, he's giving you a feeling as if you haven't yet decided which location you're going to be in. And he's making you feel like weighing it up. He's laughing about you being very close to the bone, or lastminute.com, Laura. He's like laughing. And he's smiling as well, because I have to say the post that you put on the page this week really moved me. The one where he actually talks about a plane crash and he dies in a car accident was really, it's almost like that sixth sense of him knowing what was coming, but not getting the situation right. But he got this sense, I'm going to crash out of life. I found it very, very moving. And, you know, to say to his friend as well, I thought it was really mature, Laura, when he said, I just don't want to leave words unsaid. The good news is that he's saying to me, there are no words unsaid between you. There are no doubts in my mind that I'm an open book, Mum. You know everything about me and I know everything about you. And it's almost like he's telling me there isn't anything you can hide, and he's laughing as if, I don't want to say he's gone into the skeletons in your wardrobe, but he's laughing and looking at your relationships with men. He's laughing. And he's like, I don't interfere, Kat. I'd just like to keep an eye on her and check that she's all right. And he's like laughing. And he's giving this feeling of being a good kid who doesn't want to, I don't want to interfere. I'm just watching over her. That's all I'm saying, Kat. And he's like, and he's smiling as if, I'm going to say what he's saying because I know that you know me, and I know that I won't offend you as well by saying this, but he's like, do you understand the statement, out with the old and in with the new? Laughing as if like, it's going like this. There's a few relationships, I'm not necessarily talking about men, but maybe it's time to just go, do you know what? Done with it. Out with the old, in with the new. 2025, Mum. It's fresh start for you. Fresh start. So it's almost as if he's want to say, don't make life more complicated than it is. Start afresh. Start with a feeling of freshness for yourself, but also realize your tank's full. Your tank's going to be full. It's like in 2025, I'll fill your tank up. Your tank's not going to be half empty. It's not going to be, but he's like, don't let anybody else take that fuel from you. He's showing me that the tank's got to stay full. And he's giving this feeling of some people deplete you, Laura, and he's showing me that the tank empties, and he's making me feel like maybe you've been running a little bit on empty for a while, and he's showing me that in 2025, his Christmas present for you in a way is to give you a full tank. And that's what he wants, is a full tank of energy for you. So I hope that helps, my darling.
Thank you. I hope that's a message for all of us, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Keep our own tanks full. Is anybody offering to do any read? Does anybody want to jump on or give it a try? I'll help you. You don't have to be frightened. I will help you, I promise. And if I didn't get you a message tonight, I will. Or anybody want to ask me any questions, or anybody want to share some words of wisdoms or thoughts or anything? Anybody? If you haven't, then I shall exit and leave. But if you're Vicky, go on then, my darling. Well, there we go. Unmute yourself, Vic.
Thank you. Just wanted to say thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm going to leave you then. Have a really lovely Christmas. I'm going to stop the recording so I can just chat.